to another episode of Virginia Tech Football Show, Season 1, Episode 13. This is the Virginia Tech Louisville preview. I'm your host and producer, Kent Reese.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Chase. I'm the honorary guest. Currently on Interstate 81, also infamously known as the parking lot. And right now, it is definitely a parking lot. Here, let me show the viewers what I'm seeing.
Wow, I can see
it's a. You can see that side's moving good. My side ain't moving too fast. So, good time for the podcast, though.
Yeah, it is a good time for the podcast. Anyway, Virginia Tech is lead the series 6-2, going back to 1979. The two losses was in 1985 and 1992. Virginia Tech originally played Louisville 2020 and also in 2006.
Don't ask me who was on those teams back in those older days, because I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I can tell you the 2005 team, who's on that 2005 team. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, was that right before Tyrod?
A couple years, 2 years before Tyrod.
All right, who did we have back then?
Michael's Vick, younger brother Marcus Vick.
Oh yeah.
Brandon Flowers was on the team. Brandon Orr and our running back, and I think Josh Morgan and Eddie Royal was sophomores.
Oh wow, big names on that team then.
Yeah,
big names.
We played Louisville in 2006 in the Gator Bowl, January 6th, after we lost to Florida State in the ACC title game in 2005. We went 11-2 in that record.
And we beat Louisville in the Gator Bowl.
Gator Bowl 35-24. It was a pretty interesting game because Marcus Vick, he got ejected in that game. I guess stepped on a Louisville guy's foot, I think.
Oh, I feel like I remember that for some reason. I think
I
remember hearing about that. Yeah, I think it rings a bell. I feel like I remember a game where Marcus got ejected. I didn't know that team went 11-2 that year. That's wild. I did not realize they were winning that much.
Yeah, they
was Marcus ever a Heisman candidate back then? Do you remember?
I don't think he wasn't.
Okay, I was just curious because I'm sure I know he had a lot of hype since he was Mike's brother.
Yeah. I think no Virginia Tech player has not had no Heisman candidate except for Michael Vick. And Michael Vick didn't win. He got third place because he got hurt in his sophomore year.
Oh, okay.
And back then, freshman and redshirt freshmen,
they weren't eligible.
Yeah, back in the day, no.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I bet you if he played in today's, he would. He'd be a candidate for sure.
Yeah, he probably will win.
And there probably so.
And there was talks of Gerard Evans could be a candidate, but he didn't. He declared to the draft early.
Right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, that next season he would have definitely been he would have been in the conversation.
Yeah, he would have. But a game I recently like to talk about is from 2020. In 2020, we wasn't supposed to play Louisville. The reason we played them because of COVID. And since we don't play that very much in the ACC, Louisville, the ACC was because they was in the Atlantic Division, we was in the Coastal Division, and now there's no more divisions.
Right. Okay. Well, welcome back, Louisville.
Yeah, welcome back. We still gonna play the next few years, by the way, because we're not gonna play everybody because it's too many teams.
You say we will or we will not play them?
We will not play them every year still because there's a whole lot of teams.
Okay. All right, so that means we got to take advantage of this matchup then.
Yeah, we do got to take advantage of this matchup. I don't mind talking about the 2020 game. I was watching highlights of it.
Well, who was quarterback? Was that Ryan Willis?
It was Hendon Hooker.
Oh, that's when Hooker. Okay.
Yeah, it was Hendon Hooker. It was the COVID year for all college football.
Uh-huh.
coming in that game 3-2. I think Louisville was 2-4 in that game. And I can talk about some stats for that game if you probably remember some of the stats in that game, don't you?
No, I actually don't. So shoot them my way so I can be refreshed.
Well, in the first quarter, we take the control of the game was 21-0 lead. With a 21-0 lead. Excuse me. So I thought I had to sneeze. With a 21-0 lead in the first quarter was 10 minutes. We throw the football to Trey Turner a couple times.
There it is.
Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Thank you.
We had 21 points in the first quarter?
Yeah, the first quarter, 21 points in the first quarter. It was 3 rushing touchdowns. Excuse me, guys, my allergy. I cannot. But 3 rushing touchdowns for Han Hooker in the first quarter.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah. I apologize for me sneezing. My allergies acting up at the wrong time.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. I think Hokie Nation will forgive you.
Yeah, they will.
I doubt you're the only one in Hokie Nation's coughing and sneezing, Ken. I think there's a lot of people dealing with allergies right now.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, we scored 21 points in the first quarter. Han Hooker got 3 rushing touchdowns. We drive down the field, throwing nice passes to Trey Turner. And at the end of the first quarter, we got the 21 the lead. By the beginning of the second quarter, Louisville, Malik Cunningham was their quarterback. They strike back with a couple of touchdowns themselves and remained 21-14 in the half. And then going to the third quarter, we would score 20. We take a 28 to lead. I think it was after an interception. By Devin Taylor's name, number 24. And I think we throw a touchdown to a long pass to Trey Turner. I think we scored another rushing touchdown by Han Hooker. So Han Hooker in that year was rushing the touchdown. However, later on, Louisville strikes back, it'd be a close game. It'd be 28-21. Virginia Tech main lead. We made Malik Cunningham throw a couple of interceptions at the wrong time. There's 3 interceptions. We made one with Divine Load, Devin Taylor, and Jamari Connor. And
I remember those names.
Yeah, we've been winning 28-21. We would drive down the field like early in the fourth quarter and got 2 field goals by Brian Johnson, be 31 points and also 34 points. Louisville will strike back and get 28 points in the fourth quarter. However, we scored a touchdown. We gave it to Khalid Herbert, and Khalid Herbert ran for a touchdown, and we get 40 points. We get a 2-point conversion. Han Hooker throw the football to Trey Turner, and we got 42 points. And Louisville just strikes back. I skipped because of the end. I don't know what happened. I think Louisville must have gone for it. Must have did an onside kick. Onside kick failed. We won 42-35. So that's 2022 season. The much I can't remember. That would beat Louisville 42.
That's a good recap.
To 35.
Nice.
In that game.
That was a high-scoring game.
Yeah, and after that, I guess do a COVID. I think I saw somewhere that I think Louisville had a bunch of players out for COVID that year on their defense.
Oh, I feel like I remember that. I don't know why that rings a bell, but yeah, I feel like that. I remember that, Ken.
You remember that the players had COVID?
I feel like I do. I feel like I remember hearing they were missing some key guys, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and that's the deal. We took advantage of it, and we pumped 42 points on them, and a couple, 4 touchdowns and 2 field goals, and Tech took a whooping on them that year.
Nice.
You
need a repeat of that.
Yeah, we do need a repeat of that. Anyway, you got anything you want to add before we get started with the little bit our preview?
No, let's dive right into it. I'm ready.
Okay, the head coach is Jeff Blunt. I can't pronounce his name. He was at Louisville in 2002, 2003, and they fired him, and then he went to Actually, he got fired, became an assistant coach for Louisville as an offensive coordinator, and then he left and went straight to Western Michigan, and then Jeff went to Purdue, went to A&5. Purdue in 2017 to 2022, and then he took Purdue to A&5 records that year, late in the season. And for Purdue's sake, that it's hard to change Purdue's program when you're coaching at Purdue. Part of it you're dealing with Michigan and Ohio State, but part of it is because Purdue's is hard to change the program for some reason. Anyway, and now this is Jeff's first season head coach, and they rocking was a 7-1 record. The biggest key games they beat was Notre Dame when they were 25th in the country. Duke, Brian Leonard was hurt, and pretty much beat everybody, but all except for Pittsburgh, and they come in with 7.
That's the loss. Then see, I saved it for this podcast, Kent. That's the loss that really jumps out at me. You know,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because Pittsburgh's kind of been off this year. I don't know. I didn't watch the game against Louisville, but they must have really had a good game, or either Louisville didn't come in. One of the two. Did you happen to see it?
No, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the highlights of it either because I was
okay.
But
that was one of their more recent games, and I think just the fact that we beat Pitt that gives us a chance right off the bat.
It does. It also means Louisville could have gotten off guard and show up in this game.
That's right. But they could be doing. They may have that same mindset coming against us, knowing that we've lost a few games, and I would think they're probably geared up for us since we've been on a winning streak. But you never know. They may come in expecting it to be an easy game, and we could catch them on their heels.
Yeah, we could. We could. But looking at the players, the quarterback and running back is going to be pretty tough. Anyway, I'm going to talk about their quarterback. Their quarterback is Jack Plummet. In game 1, he was 18-31, 241 yards, 247 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And that was against Georgia Tech. They played Georgia Tech in game 1. I think that was part of the Monday week 1 kickoff. When conference teams sometimes play against each other in week 1, usually on Labor Day. And they won that game pretty close to themselves. In game 2, there was 16-22, 247 yards again, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. I guess that was count. I don't know if that was Murray State or whatever the team called.
Murray State.
I think so. I think
that's the team. That's the school that John Morant went to.
John Morant, don't know him.
In the NBA. Yeah, yeah, that's where he went.
Okay.
He's a basketball player.
Okay. Game 3, I forgot what team that was playing. It was 13-23, 238 yards and 1 touchdown, 1 interception. In game 4, it was 19-21, 388 yards, 5 touchdowns. Game 5 is 17-24, 145 yards, 1 touchdown. Game 6 is 29-52, 350 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. In game 7, he was 11-16, 117 yards, 17 yards, no touchdown. 2023, he was 143 yards, 143 completion and 224 attempts, 2,018 yards, average 9.0, 13 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. So His pretty good. I saw his highlight. He's got pretty good. Jack got pretty. Plummet got pretty good arm.
Oh yeah, I can just tell from those stats alone. He's a thrower, no doubt. He's got a lot of yards this season,
And
and
check out
it sounds like he throws big chunks of yards. He's got a lot of games where he threw less than 20 completions and still had 200 plus yards.
yeah, he does. But check out his 2022 stats, season stats. 280. He was 282 of 145, 2,095 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. That's when Louisville went to an 85 record last year.
He's gonna blow by that yardage by a good bit this season.
Yeah. And so what do you think about him though? A little more about Jack Plummet doing all these stats.
Well, I haven't seen Jack play, but just based off their record and those stats, I mean, I can already tell he's gonna be a handful for our defense. And
Yeah,
they must have some good receivers. I know you'll get into their receiving core, but they must have good receivers because he's put up a lot of yards this season. But
yeah,
I still one number that jumps out is the 8 interceptions. That's quite a bit. That's almost one per game. I think that
yeah,
is one per game.
yeah.
So that's
one game,
I would love to see Tech continue that.
and I
Go
think
ahead.
2 games he got 2 interceptions, and West is one interception.
Well, that's a good sign for us. We need to really pressure him and see if he can more.
But that's not all. Their running back is also a big problem. Just as good. Their running back is Gerard Jordan. That dude, I saw his highlight. That dude can run the football. He had 7 carries in game 1 and 96 yards and 1 touchdown. 7 carries again, 135 yards and 2 touchdowns in game 2. 18 carries in game 3 for 113 yards, 1 touchdown. Game 4, he got 18 carries, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. In game 5, this is against, NC State, I think. He had 32 yards, not very much, 6 carries. Game 6, he was 20. He had 21 carries, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns. Game 7, he had 2 carries, 84 yards. In game 8, he had 21 carries, 163 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And altogether, he got 16 carries, 824 yards, and 10 touchdowns. That's the running back right there, right there. And like I said, when I saw his highlights of Jamal Jordan, he's that good a running back.
It's between him and Jack, we're gonna have our hands full, man. Good gracious. Stats, man, both of them, quarterback and running back. I tell you, they've put up numbers this year. I see why they're 7-1.
I know. His wide receiver, I didn't mention all the wide receivers because the West wide receivers stats. The second best wide receiver on the team is Chris Bell. He had 12 sessions and 229 yards, 2 touchdowns, average 19.1 per yard. I didn't mention his all West game stats, but I didn't mention Jamari Trash is his name. I can't pronounce his name. He's the main wide receiver. In game 1, he had see here, 7 receptions, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. Game 2, 3 receptions, 82 yards, 1 touchdown. Game 3, 4 receptions, 54 yards, 1 touchdown. 5 receptions in game 4 for 100 and I think 43 yards and the touchdown. Game 5, he had 3 receptions, 44 yards, Game 6, he had 8 receptions, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. Game 7, he had 9 receptions, 120. Game 7, he had 120 yards. And Game 8, 7 receptions, 72 yards. Altogether, 2023, he had 46 receptions, 712 yards, and 10 touchdowns. That's the main wide receiver. He got 10 touchdowns on the season. It's Jamari Price, I think that's his name. So that's the all my offensive stats I took. So what do you think of this whole entire offense?
Man, they sound like an offensive team, Kent. It sounds like they're going to put up some points.
I know.
Not a lot else to say. I mean, they've got some weapons, no doubt. So it's just a matter of containing those weapons and making the other guys make plays, I think.
Yeah, I know. That's what we got to do.
We need that same run defense we had against Wake Forest.
Yeah, we do, and that's going to be our challenge for our defense when we play Louisville against their offense. The question is, are we going to beat the same defense against Pittsburgh and Wake Forest, or are they going to shut us down? Because remember, we did have some trickery to get something that they can look at, and they probably got something that we got to look at from the defense. They're a little bit to look at defense, and that because there was that trick play that that Micaiah Thomas did against Wake Forest and showed that Connor Fountain. That is showing something that they can look at.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's like I say it every time, but I think it's still true. We got to strike first. We got to be the first one to score. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we got to do.
I think if we can get early momentum, then I think we have a chance. But if we let them get going first and we're playing catch up, it's going to be tough, man.
Yeah, it will
especially
be.
on the road.
Especially at Louisville. And here's the thing. His thing, Chase, Brent Pry got one road win at his career at Virginia Tech as a head coach. And that was against Liberty last year when he won about 1 point.
Man, I did not realize that. Man, he needs another road win bad.
Yeah. Yeah, this game will
be played well at home this year. We've won every game at home, I believe, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. All except Purdue.
So.
Yeah,
all except Purdue. That's right.
And every single away game we lost. We lost to the Marshalls of the world and Rutgers and Florida State. No doubter.
Yeah. I think strike early, limit big plays. That seems to be the recipe for success. And when we do that, we've won those games. But when we give up big plays and our defense isn't playing that well and we're letting them score, we have not looked good. So we need to look like the team the past 4 games instead of the first 4.
Yes, we do. We got to continue to strike back and get that TD.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, let's talk about Louisville's defense. The defense altogether is ranked 49th. Altogether, their rushing defense is number 10. Their passing is, I think, it's 45. The total is number 15. Scoring defense is number 19, and pop and play is number 25. The fit defense is number 23. And the varsity yards is number 12. On those type of stats, defense means they're pretty darn good. But all together, they're 49th in the country in defense.
Yeah, that's pretty doggone good right there.
Yeah.
If you're top 50, you're doing something right.
Yeah, and here's the key guys. And I'm gonna talk about this defensive back named Quincy Riley. He's got 36 total tackles and 19 solo tackles and 2 interceptions. He's a cornerback. Fun fact: he's a transfer from Middle Tennessee, and he's playing against his buddy Jalen Lane.
Huh.
Yeah,
Is that where Jalen came from?
yeah. These two guys are
Nice.
former teammates.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And another cornerback is going to be a challenge for the wide receivers is Devin Neal with that 38 total tackles, 23 solo tackles, and 3 interceptions. So we got two cornerbacks here. It's going to be who got some interceptions who looks pretty good. So what do you think about those two cornerbacks?
They sound solid. They sound like we need to not throw it their way.
Yeah, I know. And they got.
It's going to be a test for Drones to really take care of the ball because I don't think he's thrown any picks this year, other than that one that was called a flag. So, I hope this isn't the game. I know it's hard not to throw picks for an entire season, so I hope this isn't the game where that guy gets his third pick.
Here's the deal. Bright side is you want your quarterback to throw at least 2 or 3 interceptions so he can let you know he's human and get out of the system. I know people don't like hearing that. You do need that to happen. But you kind of want that to happen in the right game, too.
Right. Or like at a point in the game where maybe we've won it, like late in the fourth quarter, we have a couple touchdown lead, something like that, where it, because interceptions, they're all, you got to take it situation by situation, right? Like some interceptions are going to hurt you a lot more than others. So
yeah,
we'll just have to see. It's like I said, it's going to be a test for Drones, no doubt.
And Cameron Jones, he did got the record, Sean Glenn's record, winning games without throwing a pick. So I'll let you know that's a fun fact. I think
you say Sean
he
Glennon?
tied Sean Glennon, I think.
Yeah, I saw he actually Glennon posted on Twitter. I saw Glennon talking about it.
I think Andy Bitter shared it. I think.
Yeah, I think so. That's who I saw from.
Yeah. Okay. And there's 2 more guys I'm going to talk about. One's a defensive end and one's a linebacker. And the linebacker is a top guy. TJ Quinn. He's going to be a pretty good guy. Tackler. He's at 61 total tackles and 22 solo tackles. That guy can make tackles. And the other guy is a defensive end, Ashton Grimslin. He had 13 solo tackles, 27 total tackles, and 8.5 sacks. So he's probably rivaling what's his name, Anton Powell-Ryland right there.
Yeah. Wow. Man, they've really put up some numbers this year on defense.
Yeah, that's the top 3 dogs I wrote right down from Louisville, or top 4 guys.
Okay. Well, we'll have to watch out for them and see if they're going to make any big plays this week.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. Anyway, what's your thought on their defense? You got any more thoughts on their defense?
Sounds like it, honestly, man, the way you're describing it sounds like one of those classic Virginia Tech defenses is what they have. They can make picks or get turnovers. They sack. They put pressure. I mean, it's. I think one thing that we have that can help though, Kent, is the way Drones can scramble. I think that's going to help him maybe avoid a couple of those sacks and maybe get some yardage with his feet and legs.
Yeah, the one thing that's going to help. One thing that's going to help is our offensive linemen doing the blocking for us, helping us out.
I think the offensive line, I hope they eat their Wheaties before this game.
Yeah, Chapman and also not Amari Chapman, Xavier Chapman and Cannon Moore, Brandon Moore, and the Park Clements, they all got to step up and help block. I'm glad they have improved our offensive line, help improve, and it's all thanks for Ron Cook. I think he's developed those guys very well.
Yes, I agree, Ken. They've gotten better every game, I thought.
Yeah, they have. Anyway, and a couple of little things on our special teams. I found out their snapper snaps football for the kicker, and I think he also punts too.
Really? He's a punter and kicker?
I think place kicker.
Oh, place kicker. Okay.
Yeah, and also the punter. You know, he holds the ball. Yeah. Oh,
Is he? I mean, I don't know if you have the stats, but has he been a pretty good kicker this year? No, I'm sorry, he's a punter. I'm sorry. How's that kicker? They have a pretty decent kicker, field goal guy.
I think so. Yeah, I think I hear them writing on stats, but I hear they got a good field goal kicker.
Okay. Sounds like, I mean, from what you're describing, Ken, this team's built solid all around, which I wouldn't have expected anything less since they have such a good record. But man, they got some players, dude.
Yeah, they do. Anyway, another thing. I wanted to ask you what ifs. Well, if Virginia Tech wins tomorrow, does Virginia Tech compete for the ACC championship? If Tech wins tomorrow,
I think yes, because we're already in the top 3 or 4 right now in the ACC, and so given Louisville a loss in that column, yes, I totally think that we'll compete because Louisville is obviously our hardest game left on the schedule. So this one I think is paramount for us to be able to I think this is the one game that's going to determine whether we are going to compete or not. Obviously, we got to win the other ones, but I think this is the hardest one to win.
Okay,
What do you think? What do you think?
I say yes. I do know Boston College looks pretty decent, and NC State looks pretty decent too as well. But I think yes. But do you think?
Well, luckily we play NC State, so we can hand them a loss if they're still looking good, and I think that'll help us for sure.
Yeah. But here's another deal. Do you think Tech's go compete to the ACC championship if we lose tomorrow?
I'm not going to say it's not a chance, but I do think it's going to be very difficult. We're going to have to rely on other teams losing. And so, when you take it out of your hands to control your fate, all you can do is hope, All you got to do is hope they lose. And I'd rather us take charge and get in the driver's seat and win this weekend, tomorrow, and control our own destiny.
Yeah, I know. They got an easier after tonight. Their schedule looks a little bit more easier than ours. Like
Louisville's is.
Yeah, they got Miami and UVA. Well, we got I think Boston College and NC State left, and then UVA.
And UVA. Yeah, so I mean, I think this is the important one, man. I think this is going to kind of be that make or break game for us as far as the ACC title is concerned.
That will be something. But if we don't beat them tomorrow and play well against them, that is showing something. And if we don't beat them but play well against them, that is showing something.
Yeah, I mean, it'll show something, Kent. I think it's going to really come down to is it a blowout? And if it's a blowout, then that's a big loss for us. But if it's a close game and we lose, maybe within a touchdown, field goal, nothing for us to hang our heads about, since this Louisville team is so good. So
yeah,
I think we all just got to take it. We got to take it in stride and just put some perspective in our heads. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. That's what we got to do. Keep on keeping the the confidence. And
yes, keep the confidence high because our boys can compete, man. I tell you, the last 4 games, watching them, we can compete for sure.
We can compete. We can compete and do well.
And I like that we've had extra time to prepare. We've had 10 days instead of just a week.
Yeah, we did.
So all that in consideration, I still like our chances.
Yeah, I do too. Let's see here.
So do you, hey Kent, do you think this is the most important game of the season up to this point, considering everything?
Yes, it is. But it is. If we get to win, this is like we can go to the AC. Most likely, we can go to the ACC title game. But end up we win or not. End up we win. We gotta put it behind us and focus on the next 3 games because we gotta go 1-0 every single game.
Yes, there you go. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Every single game.
Because I feel like that's when teams can get some momentum, they can start looking ahead too much. So hopefully our boys are focused on the task at hand, and not putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah, I know. Nick Saban always say, "Love him or hate him." He's being facts, and he called the media rat poison if you think they underestimate your team.
Say that one more time, Kent.
Hey, Nick Saban always point this out, right? Love him or hate him. If he says rat poison, if you always says it's rat poison, if you don't focus on your team.
That's right. That's totally right.
Yeah. That's basically what it is.
It's a quote from a legend right there.
Yeah, quote from Nick Saban. It's rat poison if you don't focus on your team after you get a big victory. That's
right.
Because it doesn't matter what the other team's record. That's why he's successful.
Exactly. And I think obviously the offense is looking a lot different since we put drones in, but I almost feel like the Marshall game, Purdue game, I think that our team was almost, we didn't play that. We played them like a weak team, and that's when you'll get beat. When you underestimate your team and you don't play them the same way, that's when you take those ugly losses.
Yeah, I know. And give credit for Brent Pry and Tyler Bowen changing the offensive scheme, and also Chris Mars to change the defensive scheme as well. Give credit to the coaches.
Yeah. They deserve a ton of credit. They've taken a lot of flack, and now they deserve a lot of credit.
Yeah, they do. They do indeed. Anyway, you got something you want to add a little bit?
Do we know if Ali Jennings is coming back yet? Do we have any updates on him?
There's no updates on Al Jennings. He's still hurt.
I'd really like to see him play. Obviously, if he's hurt, don't play. But if he could play, I'd love to see him suit up. I think he could be an X factor, and he would only make Felton and Lane better. It just open them up more.
He will.
So, I mean, other than that, that's really the main thoughts I've had. I think I've mostly spoken them all. I'm just ready for this ball game, man. It's like we've said, it's arguably the biggest game of the season. So, super pumped to tune and watch our boys play.
Me too. Yeah, me too, Chase.
And I really want to see Brent Fry get his first road win of the season. It's just for him. I think that would take a big load off. I know he's feeling pressure. He knows that he hasn't won on the road other than Liberty. So yeah. I know that's in the back of his mind, and I know he would love nothing more than to come out of Louisville, Kentucky with a win.
Yeah.
So that's my challenge to the Hokie football team. Let's get this dub for Pry. Pry's been doing a lot of good things for Tech. Let's get this dub for him, man, and boost his confidence.
Yeah, it will.
What do you think?
Yeah, we definitely got to do that. Get the game win for Pry. Game win for Pry, and we got to give his confidence.
Get it for Beamer on it. Get a win for Beamer.
Yeah, win.
And let's Beamer wants to see us win. He wants to see us succeed. Let's get this win for Beamer and Bud too.
Yeah, like we did last week. But last week when Bud Foster was at the game, but I'm pretty sure Bud Foster was happy that we got a whole lot of 8 sacks against that Wake Forest game.
Oh yes, I know he loved. He was at the games that he didn't see it on TV, but I know he loved seeing that -3 on the for the Wake Forest rushing there at one point. I know he loved seeing that at halftime. So,
Yeah.
And Mike Vick was in the building, so we got the dub for Mike Vick that week too.
Yeah, we did. Michael Vick was there.
I think it's just healthy to say, Ken. It's all right to say, Hokie football team. Let's get this dub for all of Hokie Nation, past players, coaches, all the fans. That's cliche to say, but Hokie Nation in total needs this win, I think.
Yeah, I know. Definitely.
And that's all I got. That's all I got to say. Challenge that team. Let's get this dub. Let's just get the dub.
Yeah, I know. But I do want to say, I got one more thing to say. Jalen Love has been, after his making 5 field goal kicks, was named number 25 football player this week. He will wear number 25.
Oh, wow. Good for him, man. He deserves it. I mean, the 5 for 5 is excellent. That is excellent. So he's going to have to show up too. It could easily come down to field goals. So he's going to he's going to be ready. And that's hype that he's got 25 this week.
Yeah, he will be ready.
Oh, I know he will. He'll be ready.
Yeah, bring some of that love.
Bring the love. Just not for Louisville.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to try to, I guess, get into predictions? I'll let you go first.
Okay. All right. Score predictions for this Saturday. Obviously, Virginia Tech's going to win. That's my ultimate prediction. But for scoring, I think this is going to be a high-scoring battle on both sides. And you know what? I'm gonna recreate that score that you said. I forget the year you said. Maybe it was 05. I'm thinking 42-35 Tech.
42-35. That was the 2020 season, man.
All right, 2020. There you go. I'm repicking that score.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go a high score game. I guess I'm going to pick Louisville to win 34. Virginia Tech 34-20 upset.
Okay. Hey, and here's my second score prediction. If my first one doesn't hit, okay, I'm still going to say Tech wins, but I'm going to say 31-28. It's going to come down to a field goal.
Okay. I don't got
that's my secondary prediction, just to for anyone who's putting bets out there.
Yeah, I got 34 20 as my. I don't got a second score prediction. I got 34-20.
I'm kind of cheating by giving 2 scores because I have a better chance of hitting it, but I'm gonna do that this week.
That's my upset. But you hear me? I almost said Louisville, right?
Yeah. It'd be a big upset.
Yeah, but first I was predicting Louisville to win, but I changed my mind. We've been playing.
Good deal. All right, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you're a realist. I will say, Ken, you're a good realist. You're not gonna throw out a prediction you don't really feel like can happen. So I respect that.
Yeah. Anyway, we ready to close it out, I guess.
Let's do it. Yeah, man. We got 45 minutes in this way. That's solid.
Yeah, I know it is solid. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Send this out, man.
All right, let's do it. Thank you, everybody, watching the Virginia Tech Football Show, Season 1, Episode 13, the Virginia Tech Louisville Preview. Virginia Tech and Louisville will play tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. on the ACC Network. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, enjoy it. Like, comment, click the subscribe button. Really help me out. And Chase really help us out. And again, let's go Hokies.
Let's go Hokies. Hokie Nation, show up Saturday. Let's support our boys.
Let's go.
All right, Kent. Talk to you later, buddy.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.